And Ninja Turtles, your favorite Ninja Turtles game is Turtles in Time.
Absolutely. You did do research.
I did.
Nice.
I did. I'm not
Yes.
happy about that, but I'll let it go.
What is better, the arcade version? Don't say in Manhattan.
Yes.
Are you a
Oh,
Sega gamer?
what'd you say?
Are you a Sega gamer?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, you are. That's the only reason why you would say that.
But I
I
had
am not a fan of Sega at all. Well, actually, we don't even need to have this conversation about like what's better because
Yo, 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 it's SB the Ghost. What's happening? It's your boy Screen 9.
It's your girl Rapunzel.
This is Anthony Fleming III. Roll up and check out The Wrong Agenda.
Wrong Agenda Podcast. The Wrong Agenda Podcast.
The Wrong Agenda Podcast.
This is the Wrong Agenda Podcast.
what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Wrong Agenda Podcast. I am your host, Just Dale. We have a very special guest with us today. If you're here, I hope you know who she is. If you don't, this is the Queen G, and I'll let her tell a little bit about herself.
okay. Yeah, what's good? I'm the Queen G22. About me, well, I'm old, I'm an athlete, and I'm a gaming and Ninja Turtle nerd. So that's pretty much where I guess my social media growth has started with the Ninja Turtles, which is interesting because I think of myself really as a retro gamer first. But yeah, I have a probably an inappropriate amount of passion for the Ninja Turtles, and just happy to share it with everyone because I've been learning that there's a lot of people who feel the same way.
Right on, right on. So, been a Turtles fan since you were young. I'm just gonna give the background a little bit from what I do know, and then you can correct me if I'm wrong about anything.
Oh, I will.
um, who's your favorite turtle? No, man, I'm joking.
I was like, bro, we just talked about this. I cannot do okay, but seriously, honestly, it boggles my mind the amount of people that come to me with that, right? Definitely early on, like when I first really started like pushing my Ninja Turtle stuff, I don't know. I thought it was obvious with my posts. Now lately, or not lately, but maybe like recently or not too long ago when I started getting more like sponsored stuff. And so I had to post like all Ninja Turtles, I feel like I still hinted or pushed that one Ninja Turtle, in particular.
Yeah, I
I
don't know
mean,
what gave it
he's
away.
everywhere. Yeah, he's everywhere. But that people will still be like, "Oh my gosh, like who's your favorite Ninja Turtle?" And I do my best, right, to be open minded because not everyone, takes the time and effort to just take a quick second, and look. But I'm a Leo, I'm an August baby. So I'm a fire sign. So I'm stubborn and, I get irritated quickly. So I just be like, ew, like just, just, I won't even answer it now, but I'm learning I have to be more patient. It's Donatello.
Well, I wasn't expecting you to really answer it, but I mean, there's a Donatello sitting there, there's on the shirt, but besides that, yeah. So your story of how you got it started collecting about the sideshow statue,
Yes.
that was the story there. You know, go look at her page; it's all over. But, but it just I when I was doing research, it resonated with me a lot, and I just want to get this story out first. This is not about me, but I
Sure.
want to get
Yeah.
this
Let's do
story out
it.
first. Donatello is also my favorite turtle.
Oh, so we are best friends then.
Yeah,
You should have said that in your
but
email.
but here,
Like,
right? But here's the sad and happy part of your story on how you got to collecting at least the statue part,
yeah.
because I was a big fan. Um, I started collecting statues probably a month or two before Sideshow did those pieces.
Oh, wow.
The Raphael, they had the regular editions and the EX editions. The Raphael EX edition was the first statue I actually pre-ordered and purchased in my life.
Okay.
And then I was like, well, he has a red bandana. The regular had a red bandana too. That was the difference between the EX and this. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I got to get the rest of the turtles. I got to get Donatello. I wind up getting all of the turtles except for Donatello. Excuse me. Didn't get Donatello. I actually got the Shredder EX. Everything except for Donatello and the Mouser, I think, came out of like Comic-Con or something.
Right.
I was moving at the time, so I missed Donatello. Highly upset. Then moving into a new place, bills, everything, trying to be an adult caught up to me. And I came to a point where I had to sell some of my statues.
Oh, no. Wait, did I buy your shit?
Oh, no, I know it wasn't you because I never got the Donatello, and I can only find the one with the red bandana. And I said, if I don't find the one with the purple bandana by a certain time, I'm selling my collection. So I wound up selling it for a decent amount of money, but I kind of regret it because now I see some of the Donatellos pop up from time to time. But when I heard your story, I was like, well, at least I know I wasn't the only one for one, and that
No.
they go to people who actually appreciate it. So I just
They do. I started getting more involved with the statue collectors like community, because I think I was really active in the gaming community, and then it was the turtles community, and then it was the statues. Because statues is really my passion with the Ninja Turtles because I love the art, right? I mean, I love Ninja Turtles altogether, but I love the art. And talking to these statue collectors who, you know, have been like you've been collecting, or for whatever reason you bought a piece because it moved you and made you feel some kind of way, you needed to have it. And they were telling me that you know, sometimes whether it's something that's happening in their life or just trying to make room for other new pieces that are making, you know, them feel some kind of way, that they have to sell statues. And I was just like,
it's so painful.
How? Like,
It's so painful.
I mean, you think about like the work and the time and the effort and the money that goes into collecting these pieces, and to get to a point where you just have to sell it. I couldn't fathom. So when I saw these statues, I had to ask him. I was like, what the hell, bro? Like, I mean, I'm thankful. Like, trust me, I'm thankful, but why? And you know, he was going through some medical stuff, and he really needed the money. And so I don't know, it's kind of like bittersweet, right? Because you love it so much. I mean, those statues actually saved his life. The money that I spent was not cheap, you know, to get him. In my eyes, completely valuable, completely worth it. Um, it saved his life. He needed to get this surgery to you know, to live, and he had to sell a piece of his collection that meant dear and dear to him. And you know, I still hit him up every now and then to be like, do you want to come through and take them? Don't touch them, but if you want to look at
see
it,
how they're doing, I'll send you a pic. They're good.
right? And I think people that collect statues, like, we all share that kind of, like, you know, respect um and the love for the statues. But also, if there comes a point in your life where you feel like you have to sell them, then you know, there's a reason. Like, there's, you're not just like, oh well, my chick's moving in, so I gotta sell them. Like, no, like,
Yeah.
you know, you're not selling them for that. You're selling them because there's something really, really important happening in your life, and you know, you need the space or you need the money.
Right. And like you said, it is a community because it does help when the communication is there and you're like, well, why do you want these? Just someone reaching out saying like, I'm a fan, or, you know, I collect, you're more inclined to let it go. It still hurts, but it's like, all right.
Oh
Go to
yeah.
a good family. Go to a good family. It's okay.
Oh yeah, it definitely hurts. And I really felt like I helped put him at ease, knowing that they were coming to me and my home and that they would be taken care of and appreciated, which made it like that much easier for him to let him go, because it's not easy, but I'm sure he would rather it go to me or any other collector who really appreciates statues than to just someone who's just buying stuff, just to buy it.
Yeah. And also it's kind of sweet that I'm pretty sure he got more than he spent for it. So
Oh, absolutely. He
because
got
I know I
he got it
actually
at a Comic-Con. So I already know, and
yeah.
I'm not gonna do my research. I still haven't, to figure out exactly how much they went for, because they were a Comic-Con exclusive. But still, when that price came across eBay, I was like, oh yeah, I need that. I
Yeah.
need it. Like, yeah, that makes sense to me. I'm fine.
All right. Yeah. Man, that's great memories. One day I'll get set. One day I'll actually get my
I was just about
Donatello.
to ask you, are you gonna try to go get them back?
Oh, absolutely. It's 100% on my list that one day I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna complete the whole set. The whole set just because I have to do it.
Heck
But
yeah. When the right time presents itself, it will happen.
yes, thank you.
But
Okay.
meanwhile, if you have anything that you need to get rid of, holler at
Oh,
your
no,
girl.
I'm past that point in my life. Thank goodness I'm not getting rid of things. I'm bringing new things in. I'm not
Just
getting
saying, I want to put my, put my
yeah,
name out there. Hey,
I'm done with that.
I'll
Thankfully,
help you out.
I was able to make it past that gap, and I'm here on the other side. So
That's great. That's great.
okay, obvious question. Ninja Turtles, the last movie I watched it a couple of weeks ago. Just a quick, what did you think of it?
You watched it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I watched it a couple
You
of weeks
didn't
ago.
watch it in August when it came out.
You know, the honest reason why I didn't, I was out the country for
Okay.
I was out the country for a wedding, longer than it was supposed to be,
Uh-huh.
and I came back. I was trying to catch up on things, and I was like, so I got to it late, unfortunately, because I didn't get to see it before. But
I don't know if that's an acceptable answer, but I'll take it.
had I known what movie theater to go to in Jamaica, maybe I would have tried, but I had no idea.
Oh, in Jamaica.
Yeah, it was the first
Okay.
time I was there. I didn't know. I basically stayed on the resort the whole time. So
All right. Okay. I'll give you that if you're in Jamaica, but like if you were like in Germany or Russia, I was like,
no,
no, you
no,
can figure that out. But okay, you're at a
I get a
resort.
little bit of a
Was it
pass.
all inclusive also?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so okay, fair enough. I I adored that movie so much. I was really like hesitant with the movie, with everything when they were talking about it. One, because I didn't want to be let down. I didn't want to, the hype for this movie for the Mutant Mayhem was just so out of control. They were hyping it up so much with all kinds of stuff everywhere months before it even came out. So that was really making me nervous, because things that get hyped up too much just
Yeah.
is it never is. I get hyped up too much and then I'm let down, right? So I just wanted to assume that it was going to be a mediocre movie. But I will say this: I'm an old school Ninja Turtle fan. Like, I ride with the 1980 Turtles. So all the new stuff that's coming out, automatically I'm hesitant with it, because I just don't like new stuff. Like, I just like the stuff that I like, the stuff that brought memories to me, all the feel good stuff, that the all the stuff that happened that made it important to me is why I love TMNT so much. So with all the new stuff that's coming out, I've just been kind of like, I can leave it or whatever. But I started reading the IDW comics,
You like
and
them? I enjoy them.
I do. I like it very much. And I really just started. I waited because I just didn't want to read new shit. I like the Archie comics because it's similar to the 87 cartoons,
Yes.
which is what I grew up on, right? And then people were telling me that the IDW comics are darker and more mature and more adult. And I just didn't think of my Ninja Turtles that way, since I always think of them as the 87 cartoons. So I held back on that. But the reason why I bring up the IDW comics is because the IDW comics really opened up my eyes and all the other stuff that was happening around it. The Last Ronin and stuff like that.
It brought a lot of people around.
That there are multiple universes of Ninja Turtles. And just because there's different universes doesn't take away from the things that you really enjoy from the Ninja Turtles. And that was one of the things that I was having a hard hump getting over with Mutant Mayhem, the movie, because it's completely different, right? From anything that we've ever had with the Ninja Turtles. They're acting and speaking like actual teenagers.
Right.
They really had no ninja skills. Like there was a lot of stuff that was just way off from anything that I've ever seen with the Ninja Turtles. So from the beginning, I was just like, I don't know if this is. And then with it being Nickelodeon, which I'm a huge Nickelodeon fan, shout out to Nickelodeon. Don't take me off your sponsors. I was like, okay, I don't know if this is going to be a good fit for the old school since the 80s, Ninja Turtle fans. But I was able to get past all of that stuff and look at it as just a completely different universe, a completely different take on the Ninja Turtles, just something different and refreshing. I understand that Mutant Mayhem was not set for my generation. It's for the newer, younger, upcoming generation. So those aren't my Ninja Turtles, but I thought the story was interesting. I thought the action and the comedy, I thought it was pretty good. So I have no problem going around saying that I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed that movie more than I enjoyed the Michael Bay films. And I thought the Michael Bay films was okay. I thought the action was really good. It was something we never had, but the actual storylines and how the turtles, converse and all that kind of stuff, I wasn't really a fan of. But
Yeah.
I thought Mutant Mayhem, I thought what's his name? Roe and Seth Rogen. I thought they brought something different. I thought it was still respectful. They had like the little things to give tribute to the old school Ninja Turtles. So with them doing that, then I was like, I don't know. It's respect. Like this is a good story. This is your story. It's its own story, but you're not forgetting, where we came from, and them doing like Laird's restaurant or Laird's place or whatever, and all the different things. Yeah, I thought that was really good.
Had like a kid voice cameo of one of the characters.
Right? Yeah. The only thing that I was just kind of weird with was some of the some of the other characters, like how they looked and how they acted, like Gecko and Ray Fillet, Leatherhead. I don't understand why they changed sexes. Like Leatherhead's always been a scary dude, and now he was kind of just like an Australian chick, so that was weird. But all in all, yeah, I liked it. So anyone that wants to come argue, like old school Ninja Turtle fans that want to argue with me, I'm here for it. Because like everything else that happens in life, like there's evolvement and there's change. And I went to the San Diego Comic-Con this year and sat at the panel with the Last Ronin crew, right? Which included Kevin Eastman. And when Kevin Eastman said that he was on board with this movie, I was like, how could the rest of us not, right? Like, if the co-creator can co-sign and say, this is a good movie, check it out. Now, I know he's not going to be like, oh, this is trash, but he did seem really excited about it. And then I saw him at the pre-screening at Paramount Pictures the week after he was there. We watched the movie together. And he was excited then, and I was like, yeah, this movie is good. Like it's a good movie. It's not a great movie. Master Splinter not having any type of ninjutsu skills is
Different.
offsetting. Yeah, I mean, I like my Master Splinter to be like IDW or 2012 series, even 87 cartoons. So for him just kind of being like a loser was different, but different can be good with a good story. So obviously with the way that they ended it, we have a lot to look forward to see, what else they're gonna do with that.
Yeah, it was enough to spark my curiosity and like to see where it goes. I can say that much. I enjoyed it for what it was.
Didn't you get excited at the end? Spoiler
Oh
alert,
yeah,
when they showed Shredder, I
definitely,
was like, because
definitely.
that's what we wanted.
Yeah,
We
whenever
wanted
you
to see
do
Shredder.
anything with the turtles without Shredder, if it's somewhat enjoyable, then you did good, in my opinion, because it's hard. It's hard to pull that off without Shredder. You know.
It's very, very difficult because everyone was thinking like, well, okay, so this is a completely different story. And I hope that they clean up Rocksteady and Bebop, right? Because Rocksteady and Bebop are not Team Turtles. So with Shredder being in the picture now, um, it should be good. I liked it. I like the animation. It's different. It's fresh for the turtles. I thought the comedy was for the kids and also for the adults. I mean, how could you not like Ice Cube, Superfly? Like that was a good character, right?
He was great.
So I love it. Yeah, I'm repping Mutant Mayhem as much as I can. And I stayed true. I was not repping any Mutant Mayhem until I saw the movie. Like I just didn't want to be that go, go, go person. Now I'm stuck saying go, go if I thought it sucked, right? So I waited and I was like, okay, yeah, this is a good turtle movie. I think we can get behind this.
All right, that's a pretty good analysis on it.
Hell yeah. Dude, I have had plenty of time to think about this and talk about it.
So that's nice. So you said you got to go to a premiere for that. How was that? That was pretty cool, huh?
That was really exciting. It's exciting in a couple of ways. One, the fact that I'm just a chick from California, an introvert and weirdo who likes Ninja Turtles, and to get to a point where I had Nickelodeon, Paramount Pictures inviting me and wanting to send me to go see the screening. It was just like a dream come true.
But
That was
that
really awesome.
that's really major. I just want to say congrats on everything you're getting and doing from
Oh,
something that you love. Like that is something that everybody doesn't get to experience, and it's good that someone who actually really is passionate about these things are seeing the benefits of it. Because so many times we see people get involved in things and you're like, do they even know what's going on? Do they even know anything about it? Like,
that's
so
real.
it's good to
Yeah.
see real people who are really, fans get these type of perks and benefits. So shout out to you for that.
Thank you. Yeah, I in 2019 when I decided to get on Instagram, I didn't, and I waited, right? Because I was just like, I'm already on Facebook, so why do I need to be on Instagram and see the same people post the same shit? Um, but then Ninja Turtle stuff started coming up on my feed, and everyone was so welcoming. They just kind of like brought me into this community, threw me in these Facebook groups, and it was just really awesome to start from there and to be where I'm at. Now I know I might be a little bit luckier, than others. Um, with just things that I have going on, the flexibility that I have with my schedule to be able to do, some of this stuff. But everyone has just been really awesome. And I just wouldn't have never thought that I would be able to go see the screening of the Ninja Turtles, hang out with Kevin Eastman. Kevin Eastman was just walking around like a regular Joe. Like anytime that I've seen him, I've had to pay to talk to him, you know? So for him to just be walking around, I was with my brother. I brought my brother with me because he's a Ninja Turtle fan too. And he was like, that's Kevin Eastman. I was like, what the? He's just walking around willy nilly. No one's talking to him. No one's saying stuff. And he just came over and chatted it up. And I was just like, okay, like this is cool. I guess I've reached my max. So I'm done. Like I could just retire now.
I made it. That's it.
Yeah, I made it. I'm good. I want to call up Kev and be like, "What's up, Kev? Like, what's cracking?" Like, I'm nowhere near that, but I was really feeling myself after that. It was really cool. They had all these different events, activities. There was a lot of other social media influencers that are big in the Ninja Turtle community, and then we got to sit and watch Mutant Mayhem. It was like 5 days 5 days before the movie came out, in a private screening with Kevin Eastman. I can't remember his first name, but Ro and Seth Rogen wasn't there because they have the writer's strike and all that kind of stuff going on. But yeah, it was really cool. I'm very, very, very thankful, but also I'm not like feeling lucky because I've put in a lot of hard work to get here too. So I'm also thankful for myself.
Yeah, I mean, you're the real deal. So,
Good God, I want to thank me. You know, I'm not that cocky. I'm not, but a little bit. Yeah, I am.
confidence, confidence.
It
So,
is confidence.
all right, maybe we'll jump back into turtles a little bit, but let's talk about some of. Okay, before we get to retro gaming,
Oh,
let's talk about the Queen G outside of gaming and turtles. What do you enjoy?
what do I enjoy? Well, honestly, I guess I would say it sounds boring, but working out really, and in the last 2 years, reading the comics. I've really started to dive deep into comic book reading.
Are you just reading the turtle stuff, or are you reading like all kinds of things?
Gosh, yeah, I did mess up the other day, and so this is what happened. You know how they have the Ninja Turtles and the Street Fighter crossover
Mhm.
series going on right now? So when I went in to get the Ninja Turtle Street Fighter crossover, because I had gotten information that the first issue was out, it wasn't out. So when I asked the gentleman at the comic book store, I was like, yo, where's the Street Fighter issue with the Ninja Turtles? All he heard me say was Street Fighter. So he said, oh, hold on, it's out. So he grabbed the Street Fighter 6 comic series that had just came out, and I started reading that, and I like it because as a retro gamer, I'm a Street Fighter fan. So I've started reading I've started reading Street Fighter comics, and then I've started dipping off into, they've got all these backstory comics and all these different characters. I'm falling in a deep hole like so very quickly. I'm trying to get myself out of there. I'm currently reading the backstory of Sagat and everything that he's got going on. One of my favorite Ninja Turtle, but non-Ninja Turtle characters is Usagi Yojimbo. So I've always been interested in him, and I'm just now starting to read some Usagi Yojimbo series going on. After I read the crossover, this last recent crossover with Usagi and TMNT, I
Mhm.
wanted more. So now I think he's got a Snow and Ice series that's coming out, and then Death and Honor or something like that. And then I bought, dude, I'm falling deep into the
They're
comics, and
going.
I'm still behind. Like on, I just started the IDW comics. Like I'm so far behind on the IDW because I had to read every single issue of the Archie series, the special editions, you know, their side stories like the mutant animals and Leatherhead. Like there's so many, right? So that's I
And
don't know how many
yeah,
comics that is.
the Power Ranger crossover was really huge.
I started collecting the Power Ranger and the Ninja Turtles, but I haven't gotten there yet. Like I don't have enough time. So when people ask me, what do you like to do on your free time? So I'm like, really, what free time? Like when I think of free time and I can like I'm doing this social media stuff, or I might get the opportunity to sit down and play some video games, which is what I like to do. But I travel. I do like to travel. I travel quite a bit, but I don't know if that's something that I like to do all the time. It's something that I need to do, but it's not something I can do, you know, when I get free a moment, like, oh, let me just
Yeah.
jump off to Jamaica real quick. So yeah, I guess comic book reading and gaming and working out is really what I do in my free time.
So you played sports?
I played sports. I played softball, basketball, and field hockey in school, and I played softball and basketball in college.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I've always been an athlete. I do some now, but I'm old and my body is just not set up for that.
Okay, that's what we're gonna go with. Okay. All right, let's jump in a little bit into gaming because I feel like the NES probably was around the time you were gaming during NES times. All right. Are you familiar with something they call a Mandela
Mandela event
effect?
or oh effect. Is that in regards to the actual Nelson Mandela?
Yeah. If you want to look it up, it's like a wacky thing of people like just remembering things completely different. And there's you can look it up. It's a freaky stuff. But anyway,
You're
um,
not gonna tell me?
yeah, well, basically what it is, where it actually stems from, I'll give you the whole definition of Nelson Mandela. Um, some people remember him dying a certain year in jail, and a lot of people remember him not dying. And like there's like a whole like split 50-50 community of people who
He
remember him.
got out of jail. He
Yeah.
got free from
So
jail.
there's people who believe he died in jail, and there's a lot of people who believe, and there's like all these freaky little things like the Monopoly Man. Does he wear a monocle? Some people remember him wearing a monocle all the time. Some people say he never did, but it turns out he never did. Like people just remembering things
What?
over. Yeah,
Okay.
check it out. It'll freak you out. It's there's like thousands of these things. But anyway, there's one surrounding the early NES. And I just want to know your opinion on it because you are a gamer. So in the original NES, when you
Okay.
put
Now
the
I'm
cartridge
scared.
when you put the cartridge in the NES, did you have to push it down in order for the game to work or not? This is a
Oh my
big
God.
thing on the online community. If you look into it, it's a big thing. Like they've been going back and forth about this for about a year now because some people remember it that you had to push the cartridge down in order for it to work, and some people say you never had to push the cartridge down. So I just want to
Oh,
know.
well, then that would be based upon how you thought it would work, right? I know for myself, I had to push that bitch down
Me
before I
personally,
had to close the door.
me personally, me and my older brother, we played NES. We always remembered having to push it down. So when I see all these people online now who are like, "No, you never had to push the cartridge down," I'm like, "Are you sure you're talking about the original NES?"
I'm not, they're not, they're talking about the original, the big one, not the top
Not the top loader,
heater,
the
right?
big one with the thing in the front. They said they could stick the cartridge in, hit the power, and the game would start. And they
Ain't no
didn't.
way. And you know what? And I know for a fact that we had to push that bitch down because for whatever reason, I don't know where we got this from or why we thought this, but like some games that like wouldn't work, right? Right. When you put it in, it wouldn't start. If we put a second
Get
cartridge
something
in there,
in there to keep it down, and
keep
the
it
game
down,
did the
it
same
would
thing.
work.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. But seriously, when you get a chance after this is all over, just look it up. There are like forums and YouTube videos and comments and of just people
YouTube
arguing about
videos of
this,
people just putting it in and shutting
and
the door.
people in the comments arguing, saying they modified the system. There's no way that could work.
They modified it.
It's just the ongoing thing of people who remember it.
It was part of the whole thing. You blew, you put it in, you pushed it down, you shut the door.
Well,
I am gonna look that up
yes,
because
please do.
I want to fight. Like, what are you talking
And
about?
yeah, you can look it up, ask around, whatever, ask people around. It's a big thing going on. So there's that.
I'm glad we straightened that up. And now I'm about to bring it up to my whole following and be like, who thinks this craziness? I want to know.
Yes, you'll see more than enough arguments on both sides. So yeah, there you go. But
Are there actually people showing it on YouTube of them putting it in there and shutting the door and
yeah,
pressing power?
at this point, there are videos from people on both sides proving their point. I've seen videos of people pulling out the original manuals, explaining the technology behind it. I'm telling you, it was a rabbit hole. I went deep down and I was like, who's more perfect to ask than someone who I know has been doing it since it's been around? So
That was the only way that I knew how it would start. That don't you also remember times when, like, let's just say you were so excited to play the game that you stuck it in there, shut the door, hit power, and it wouldn't come on, and you were like, "What's the problem?" And then you opened up the door, then you were like, "Oh, I didn't put it down." Like,
absolutely,
oh my
absolutely.
gosh,
So
this is upsetting. I don't know. I'm gonna Google that because that doesn't make any sense. Like that's no, that's wrong.
they're wrong. That's it. It's just wrong. Okay, I just wanted
Wrong.
to get that straightened out. Thank you for making me feel sane. Okay.
No, you're welcome.
All right, so retro gaming, that's something you're into. I don't know at what point this became retro gaming, but I guess, I don't know, around what, Sony era, that's when this became retro because it was just gaming for me at one point.
Well, yeah, it's been gaming, but I thought, dude, somebody said the Nintendo Switch is now retro.
The Nintendo Switch?
I'm like, you guys are just you just
Yeah, like
if you just yeah, I don't know what to say. I was like, are you serious? Nintendo Switch. Now the Nintendo Wii did hurt my heart, but it makes sense. I get it. But the Switch is not retro. I'm playing current games on that, bro. Like, dude, calm down.
yeah, the Switch is not retro gaming at all. I don't know what's going on, but okay, that's fine.
That's the word you said. This is the world we live in.
Yes. Okay, so let's talk. What are some of your favorite retro games that haven't been remade, if any, and or that you would like? Would you like to see? Do you like these remakes that are coming out of retro games? Do you like that?
It depends on how the remake is. Like, if it's a remake that pretty much just brings better colors and better sounds and maybe a little bit better graphics so that you can play it on today's consoles, then I'm good with it. But if it's like a completely different thing, I don't know. Like Battletoads, Battletoads was uh for whatever reason, it was a game that I enjoyed, and that game is extremely hard. I don't know why I love that game so much, but the game that they came out right with for Xbox, like they should have left that alone. I would love to see, unless it's already happened, I've been looking for it everywhere, is for them to do a remake of the Final Fight series. Because I think they've done it for like Streets of Rage and everything else, so the side scroller beat 'em ups, but Final Fight series is like one of my top 5, maybe 3 series of all, dude. I'm a Mike Hager fan. I love Final Fight. I would love to see them. I was shopping for it on Nintendo online the other day and couldn't find anything on the eShop. They had like some thing where you could buy where you could play a whole bunch of arcade games from Capcom. Is Final Fight Capcom?
Yeah, I
I think it's
believe
Capcom. Yeah. But
that's
they didn't have games.
Guy or Street Fighter, so I think they're Capcom.
Yeah. So I would love to see that, but that's the only one that really comes to mind of something that I haven't seen redone yet. I would love to see Final Fight, but yeah, I'm a retro gamer. Like I'll sit down when I have free time. My first thought process is what is a game that I can play that I used to love before I'll play something, current. Even though right now I'm kind of on a Fire Emblem thing with Nintendo and a Mortal Kombat thing with Xbox. Well, Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. Oh, I just remembered GameStop just delivered a game today. So yeah, on Xbox, I do
What did you
play a
get
little more
today?
current games. Huh?
What did you get today?
Oh my God. I made the mistake and went into GameStop the other day. I pre-ordered um Super Mario Wonder, Prince of Persia, and the Mario RPG. And then I pre-ordered Assassin's Creed, the new one that's coming out. It's going to be out in a few days. And then the one that they delivered today is called Lies of P. I guess it's some type of, I don't even do horror. It's I don't think it's horror, but it's just kind of creepy, kind of freaky RPG stuff. I don't know. The graphics looked amazing. And I have no business ordering any games right now because my backlog is ridiculous. I'm still trying to, I got a list of games. I got a stack I'm looking at right now of games that I want to get to. And I probably won't get to them till like 2024.
Yeah.
I lied. It's almost already 2024. It's going to be like 2025.
By that time, you'll have a new stack.
I know. It's crazy. I'm just stacking up. But the guy at GameStop did make me feel good. He said he feels it's better to have a stack of games that you're trying to get to than to be one of my controller just fell off the wall. Than to be one of those people that says than to be one of those people that says, oh, I don't have anything to play. With people that got a billion games, be like, I don't have anything to play. That is not the case for me. I go to sleep at night dreaming about what I'm going to play tomorrow.
Light just died, I guess. This is a weird day. Let me turn on my light.
It is. See, my controller fell off and your light went out.
All right.
We might be upsetting the retro gaming gods. I don't know.
Oh man, that's insane.
But Final Fight, Donkey Kong, Super Mario, and then obviously Ninja Turtles. I mean, those are my top series. Donkey Kong Country, to be exact. Donkey Kong Country, yeah.
And Ninja Turtles, your favorite Ninja Turtles game is Turtles in Time.
Absolutely. You did do research. Nice.
I did.
Yes.
I'm not happy about that, but I'll let it go.
What is better, the arcade version? Don't say in Manhattan.
Yes.
Are you a Sega gamer?
What'd you say?
Are you a Sega gamer?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, you are. That's the only reason why you would say that.
But I'm
not a fan of Sega at all. Well, actually, we don't even need to have this conversation about like what's better because
I did have
Nintendo is still around.
Yeah, I had Turtles 3 Manhattan Project for NES. I did. That's where I played.
Oh, for the NES. Yeah, okay.
That is my favorite Turtles game. Turtles in Time is great, but I don't know.
Turtles in Time is great.
But I'm
actually, I don't think I played Manhattan Project or Turtles in Manhattan or whatever. I did not play that game as a child. For whatever reason, we skipped it. We had Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, and then boom, Super Nintendo, Turtles in Time, right? So I never really played that game.
That's probably where we are because I had that game, and I didn't get Turtles in Time. I've never owned a copy of Turtles in Time ever. I've played Turtles in Time. I've been to arcades, and when I finally did get a Super Nintendo, me and my brother rented it from Blockbuster, and we played the crap out of it. But
Oh, I
I
bet you did.
really owned it, so maybe that's why it's just not that special to me personally.
Yeah, yeah. I think the games, I mean, like Battletoads. Like when I play Battletoads now, I want to rip my hair out. But because it was a game that we had, and it was a game that my brother and I played together
Is your
often.
brother older? You have an older brother or younger brother?
He's younger than me. He's 5 years younger than me. And so
My
we were
brother's
close.
6 years older than me, so
Oh, really?
yeah. So you could imagine having to be player two all the time.
Yeah, I'm always player one. Always. Except for the other series that I was trying to think of, Double Dragon. Um, I liked Jimmy, right? So I was always Jimmy, and that was the only time my brother was really player one, right? He had Billy, I had Jimmy,
Crazy,
always.
crazy piece of information. My brother's name is Billy, so
Are you serious?
I was always Jimmy, regardless. Anyway, that's my brother's
See
real
how
name.
that works? Like it, yeah, it's crazy, and I don't know. I think that's just why we love it so much because we
But
just have these
Battletoads and
bonds
Double Dragon had a game that I did love. Also, did you play that?
that you did love.
Yeah, I like Battletoads Double Dragon.
Oh, Battletoads Double Dragon is one of my top favorite games.
Mhm.
I loved that game. My brother would be Billy because he loved him so much, and I would be Rash. Dude, I'm a Rash fan. I love me some Rash. That game was easier than the actual Double Dragons game, or at least easier to play.
100%
Uh,
easier than the Battletoads game, also because those little motorbike things would make me want to pull all my hair out.
Stressful. Like, oh my God. And then don't do that level with somebody because it's either one of y'all that would mess up, right? One of you guys is doing good and the other person would just mess up. You got to start all over again. Dude, yeah, my brother and I, we had some fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, dude, get it together.
Yeah, those type of experiences, I don't know if you can even get them with today's games and the way they're played.
You can't. You really, really can't. Or you remember how they had like A mode and B mode? Right?
Mhm.
A mode, you couldn't hit your teammate, but B mode, you could. So,
Yeah.
like, sometimes when we were feeling ourselves, we were like, yeah, let's play B mode. And then one of us accidentally get popped, and now the other person wants to go after him. You can't focus on the the bad guys because you guys are at each other.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
just
that
hit you with
usually
the
just
big
ended
boot,
up
knock you off the screen.
right. That just ended up with our mother just taking away. Now none of you guys can play. We're like, well, he started it, so
Oh man, great memories.
heck yeah, I miss it. I
All
mean,
right.
gaming now is cool, but it's just different.
Yeah, it's way different. It's just a different experience. It's
Packing up your whole entire Nintendo to go to your friend's house, the freaking backpacks we had.
yeah.
Now you can just
I still love like couch co-op things. Like I still love it. It's an experience you can't get.
it is what they call it now is like local, gameplay. Actually sitting next to someone and the energy and the excitement is different. But also, I won't take away from technology. Like as an adult and not wanting to be around people, I can still play with people all over the world, which is cool, right?
Mhm.
But yeah, it's just way different. It's totally different.
Yeah. Okay, so we get to this part. I do this sometimes with some people who seem to be good fun. So it's just like a random questions. I do like a this or that, and you just tell me which one you prefer. It's literally just about anything, and it's all just your opinion. Okay.
Okay. Well, my opinion is right.
Okay. So right answers, only right answers then. Okay. Morning Person or night?
Night.
Night. Okay. Do you prefer to watch things at home or in movie theaters?
At movie theaters.
Yeah, movie theaters. Okay. Sonic or Mario?
What's a Sonic? It's Mario.
Once again, okay, I see the Sega hate there. Okay, I understand. I understand. Okay, the beach or a pool?
The beach.
The beach. Okay.
Yeah. Even though you
Uh,
get all sandy and all that, yeah, I'd still rather do the beach.
rather the beach.
Except for this is the only time it's ever happened. Was in Punta Cana and the pool felt like a super, super hot ass bath. I was in the pool and I was sweating in the pool. Like that's how hot it was. I've never been anything that hot. Um, yeah, I'm like, how do you get in a pool and it's hella hot? So it's always the beach is just more refreshing. And even though it's cleaner in the pool, I'd rather be in the beach.
Okay, sounds good. What is the Queen G's favorite food?
Favorite, like one thing of food, like
Give
one.
me your meal. Give me your meal. A few courses. Like what's your meal? Your favorite?
Oh, well, the first thing that comes in my mind, so I'm gonna have to go with that, would just be pretty much anything Mexican. I love tacos, burritos, enchiladas, all that kind of stuff. Just put it in my face.
Okay. Sounds good. And we'll end it up with favorite place that you've traveled.
Favorite place. Oh, like my brain literally just exploded. I want to. So I was thinking London, right? I had a really, really good time in London, but then when I was about to say London, my brain like flip-flop and then it changed it to Universal Studios Super Mario World. Yeah, I don't know. I had a really good time there too. So I guess London Super Mario World, same thing.
London and Super Mario. Pick your poison ivy.
Yeah, same experience. It was great.
All right, I can get that. Oh man, I hope Nintendo is listening because you are.
Dude, I'm trying to tell them, dude, hook me up. But I think I've like typecasted myself on social media. I'm all Ninja Turtle, right? I'm starting to get some like retro gaming sponsors, so I'm gonna try to work that in there, but I'm not sure if my diehard Ninja Turtle fans are gonna feel it, right? So, but I got some retro gamers that have followed me, but yeah, dude, like I'm not asking for a lot. All I would like is to have a seat at the table with Mr. Miyamoto at the headquarters of Nintendo. Like, my opinion, because my opinion is what the people want. So I could be like the people ambassador or something. I'll get Nintendo tatted on my neck. I would do that. That's how much I love Nintendo. Did you ever see I can't think of them. There's two. There's one that's on Netflix, and then there's another one which I think might be on Paramount. It's the story of retro gaming, retro gaming consoles, and they talk about the story of Nintendo and Sega, and then the story of really Nintendo and Sony.
No,
They're good stories. Well, they're it's history, so I mean, it is what it is. But the one, the one that's on Netflix, I think it's called Start. I'll have to figure it out. I'll send it to you. I'll email it to you. Um, it's got it tells the history of a lot of consoles that came before Nintendo. Nintendo when it became a console, not the actual company, because I think the
right.
company started in like
Companies.
1889 or something like that. Right. Have you heard of Channel F?
I recently heard of it. Yes, that was like
So
It was like one of the first cartridge-based things or something like that. One of the first cartridge-based systems or something.
Yeah, it was the first system to be a cartridge and have a pause and a start button.
Okay.
But its biggest thing was that it was invented by a black guy, right?
Yeah.
So it's got Channel F story, which is a story you don't hear a lot, and then in television stories and all this kind of stuff. So the one on Netflix really goes into just the stories, but the
Hmm.
one on Paramount goes into the battle of Sega and Nintendo, right? So I love it because first of all, Sega's not here today, right? I mean, they're around, but they're
They're
not
here, but they're not here.
here. Here, we're not buying Sega consoles unless you're buying an old school console. But what I love about
I
that
still love my
story,
Genesis. Still love it. Still
and
love
what I
it.
love about the story is because Sega literally came in and was just basically like just talking trash, right? And just trying to appeal to an older audience, which they accomplished, which they did. But Nintendo, they just had a lot to triumph and get over. And I think it's a good story. And that is why I'm loyal to Nintendo because essentially Sega came in and shut Nintendo down for a while. They did.
Yep.
And
And
here we
now,
are today.
and now Sonic is
Hey,
running around with Mario.
it's
Great.
all right. Again, I don't know if the Sonic is the people talk about. Never heard of him. Oh, I might have heard of him on Nintendo eShop. I think Nintendo has a Sonic game
Wow.
coming out.
Wow. Really? Really?
I'm
Wow.
just saying. Oh yeah, I remember now.
That is messed up. Sega, like Sega, we got the Dreamcast. Amazing.
The Dreamcast is actually a really good system. Our house was a Nintendo house, so we didn't have any Sega consoles. My parents feel like this one works. Why do you need another one? So at my friend's house, being able to go to my friend's house and play in a Sega was like, whoa, this is different. This is cool. This kind of
16
looks
bits.
closer to the arcade, you know?
16 bits of enjoyment on that Genesis. That's
Yeah, Sega, you ain't shit. I'm just saying.
all right. Nintendo wins that battle. Give it to them.
I mean, come on. We worked hard. 1889, I mean, that's a long
Yeah.
time to be around. So yeah, I got Mario stuff all over the place. So I'm gonna take that snippet of you saying that and see if I can get somebody at Nintendo to pick me up.
You got it. You got my vote. Yeah, you want to shout out I know you Instagram, you big there, flow page, anything you want to tell the people how to find you, where to find you, what you got going on next.
Yeah,
Definitely
sure. I think I'm pretty consistent across the board. The Queen G22. I have a new YouTube channel now where you can start to see more of my gaming personality, which is what people have been asking for. So, but I don't know how YouTube works, so it's new. I don't know if you can, I think you can find me as Queen G22, but I think like my username is like Queen G2282 or something like that. I don't know. YouTube made me do it. I didn't want the 82.
I'll get
Um,
the link and I'll put it in the description of the video.
okay. But yeah, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, all that. Queen G22. I'm easy to find. And yeah, I had a good chat. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. It's great. One last thing. The Lioness Den. Where did that come from?
The Lioness Den came from my sign, because I'm a Leo and our animal is a lion. And since I am female, uh, the lioness, and the den is my game room. It's my personal space, and my friends and my family, they all know that when I'm in here, unless you've been invited, to not distract me during my personal space. So I've started doing everything like social media, definitely Instagram, in here. And then I do my live streams in here as well, since this is like really my space where I feel like my introvertness turns extrovert until I am outside my comfort zone, I guess.
Okay. Well, there it is. There's the answer.
See, I got it tatted. Dude, I'm serious about this life.
All right, just once again, I want to thank you and congratulate you. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm a
Thank
fan.
you.
Keep watching, and hopefully, we'll do this again some other time, and we'll have lots more to talk about. And
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd love to come back. This was easy chat. And then next time, though, I would like to talk a little bit more about you.
we'll do it. We can do it. We'll talk about me and Sonic and Sega Genesis, and we'll
I
talk.
won't be a part of that conversation, sir. My camera will look just like this.
Oh man, I love it. All right. Yeah, that's about it. So thank you everyone for watching, and that's that.
Alrighty. Thank you. And you have a good night.
Yeah.